extend perfect Champions League record with win over BSC Young Boys. Erling Haaland hit a brace as Manchester City made it 3 wins from 3 in Group G of the Champions League with a 3-1 victory over BSC Young Boys at the Wankdorf Stadium in Bern. Manuel Akanji, playing in his homeland, opened the scoring for Pep Guardiola's European champions shortly after halftime, but we were pegged back within 5 minutes via a scooped Meschack Elia finish. However, Haaland's penalty in the 65th minute put a much-changed City back in front before the Norwegian added a third in the closing stages to ensure the 3 points. That leaves us with 9 points from 3 matches. Knowing a win in the return clash at the Etihad Stadium in a fortnight will see us safely through to the knockout stages for the 11th consecutive season. The result also extends City's unbeaten run in the Champions League to 16 matches, matching Guardiola's longest chain of matches in the competition without defeat. What happened? We trained at the Wankdorf Stadium on Tuesday in an attempt to get to grips with the artificial surface. The composed early passing of a City side, who made 7 changes from the weekend's win over Brighton, suggested it was a fruitful session. Rodrigo felt he could have opened the scoring when he met City's first corner with a powerful header that whistled beyond Anthony Rachapi's post. Nunes, the taker of that corner, was the next to believe he could have found the net when a low Jack Grealish cross came his way. The Portuguese midfielder was unmarked around 12 yards out but couldn't keep his left-footed effort below the bar. We continued to dominate, and with more and more possession came more freedom for our defenders, who took every opportunity to drive into space created by the movement of Rodrigo, Nunes, Mateo Kovacic and Rico Lewis in front of them. Manuel Akanji did just that midway through the first half and slid a pass through to Erling Haaland. The Norwegian held off his marker but couldn't find the net with his right foot. Another clear-cut chance followed moments later when Grealish jumped onto a loose ball and fizzed a pass into Jeremy Doku. The number 11 cut inside but slipped just as he went to strike, meaning his effort clipped his standing leg and made the save easier. Young Boys had hit the night's first shot on goal inside the opening minute but had to wait until the 29th minute before their second came. Striker Cedric Itten burst over the halfway line and cut inside, but his tame left-footed effort was simple for Ederson to collect. Grealish looked our most threatening player throughout the first half and caused chaos at the back on the half-hour when his latest shot was spilled by goalkeeper Rachapi. Nunes followed it in and sent the ball towards the line, only for it to be cleared with mere inches to spare. Last-ditch defending was required from left-back Nathan Ake in the 37th minute when a sudden Young Boys break resulted in Sandro Lauper finding space in our box. The midfielder looked to be through for a 1v1, but he afforded Ake just enough time to poke it away for a corner. The European champions worked Rachapi twice more before the break. Firstly, Doku cut inside from the left and unleashed an effort that was parried away before Rodrigo met a low corner with a cushioned shot that the Swiss goalkeeper had to turn away with his legs. The pattern of play remained the same immediately after halftime, with City peppering the Young Boys' goal from the off. The opener took just over 2 minutes following the restart when Swiss international Akanji was quickest to respond after Rachapi brilliantly tipped a Diaz header onto the bar. However, the lead lasted less than 5 minutes with Meschack Elia scooping the ball over Ederson after being set in behind City's defense. That next wave of attacks brought City's penalty in the 65th minute when Rodrigo reacted to a blocked Grealish effort slightly quicker than Young Boys captain Mohamed Ali Kamara. Haaland stepped up to spot and duly hammered home for his first Champions League goal of the season. The Norwegian thought he had his second shortly afterwards when sliding in to meet Doku's low cross, but he couldn't turn the ball inside the far post. Julian Alvarez was introduced in the 72nd minute and thought he had added City's third just 2 minutes later, but his cool finish was scrubbed off following a VAR check for a handball against Grealish. Bernardo Silva came close inside the last 10 minutes, curling a shot just wide of the far post from his inside right position. However, it was that man Haaland again who put the result beyond doubt with a right-footed curling strike into the top corner in the 86th minute. Teams. City 11, Ederson, Lewis, Akanji, DSC, Ake, Rodrigo Phillips 90, Kovacic, Nunes Bernardo 72, Grealish, Doku Alvarez 72, Haaland Gomez 90. Subs, Ortega Moreno, Carson, Walker, Stones, Gvardiol, Foden, Bob, Hamilton. Young Boys 11, Rachapi, Garcia Person 80, Benito, Kamara C, Blum Yanko 80, Lauper Males 80, Nias, Elia, Ugrinik. Montero Ganvula 72, Itten Same 72. Subs, Von Balmuz, Marzino, Amenda, Lakami, Kali, Chaiwa, Lussenberger. Pep Guardiola reaction. The result is good. 9 out of 9. Our positional game was exceptional. We talk about short passes on artificial pitches and long passes is more difficult. We had chances, but in general it was a really good game. We could have scored more goals, but it's important to create the chances. Rico Lewis reaction. It's a difficult game, a different challenge for us, the surface and the weather. The environment we're in that they're used to. But as you saw, the team is so good at adapting. We played so good in the first half, it was more back and forth in the second half, but we got the job done. Today, I was a bit frustrated with the goal against us. I think I could have done better. After 5 minutes I let that go, and tried to create chances for us. I got back into the game. I'm buzzing. Man of the match. Erling Haaland, you can't keep him down for long. Haaland has played a crucial role in our first 2 Group G matches without scoring, and it looked as if he may have to go without again tonight for the first hour. However, with the award of the penalty came his opportunity. He took it in the manner you'd expect and had the confidence and presence of mind to add a second with a brutal right-footed finish into the top corner as the final whistle neared. Away from his efforts in front of goal, Haaland's hold-up play continues to provide a brilliant platform for City to progress up the pitch. The Norwegians' mere presence is enough to provide central defenders with enough to do so that they can't step out and strangle advancing midfielders for space. His impact off the ball in addition to his obvious striking talents should never be ignored. Nunes in the 10. Mateus Nunes was the most advanced of our 3 midfielders, often bursting beyond Erling Haaland while the Norwegian occupied the central defenders. It's a role we saw Kevin De Bruyne fulfill often last season, while Julian Alvarez has filled that space for much of this campaign. The Portuguese midfielder was very neat on the ball and made a number of good runs that opened up the pitch for his teammates as much as him. On another night, he also could have found himself on the scoresheet. Having played in several different midfield roles since arriving at City, Nunes' versatility is clearly a key part of what he brings to this high-quality squad. What it means. City have 9 points from a possible 9 after 3 matches in Group G of this season's Champions League. That leaves us top of the group, knowing that a victory in the return fixture against tonight's opponents will see us safely into the knockouts for the 11th successive season. What's next? The 191st Manchester Derby. We will make the short trip across the city to the home of our historic rivals for a 15:30 kickoff on Sunday, October 29th. We go into the match second in the Premier League with 21 points from 9 games, while Manchester United have 15 points and sit in 8th. Our next Champions League appointment is also against Young Boys, with the Swiss champions visiting the Etihad Stadium on Tuesday, November 7th. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.